What's up, you guys? Nick here. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys bear with me for 1 second. Just getting some things straightened out here. Alright. So we got some new things, definitely coming out the way here. Just working through some stuff here. Got a special treat for you guys. So I'm working on that right as we speak. So just give me a few seconds here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump right into the content here. And before we do, as usual, we start out this podcast by saying, today is the day the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. So I want to officially welcome you guys to 2018 on Freedom Fridays. Thank you so much for joining. We got some good content for you today. So please, if you can, if you are available, I don't know if you are at work or whatever it is, but you might want to gather some notes, grab a pen and paper and, take some notes. So we're going to jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking with a special guest she is the CEO and founder of Fanatic Pages. She's an internet marketer and also owner of a home-based business. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have her on the show for you guys so you guys can get some good perspective on starting an online business and basically getting this whole year started with making some good income from home and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite her really quickly. So let's go ahead and try to get her on. She is Mercedes Desire from Fanatic Pages. So let's see if I can get her to come on. 1 second. Just trying to reach her here. See. I'm just waiting for her to join here. Hey, Benita, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me see if I can send it again. One second. Let's see. Just working on getting our guest up here. Trying to get her to check her news feed. There's always some technical difficulty when you're trying to do something positive. But we're trying to pursue because, don't have much time. Maybe I can just get a couple minutes waiting for her to join. what we're going to talk about today is just going over some of her perspective, if I can get her on here, as a professional internet marketer, um, you know, business mindset. There she is. Hey, Mercedes. Alright, for some reason she can't hear me. Bonita, can you hear me? Type in the comments if you can hear me. Um, I don't know how come, Mercedes can't hear me. Let's see. Alright. Can you hear me now, Mercedes? Alright. Still nothing. That's not good. Let me see. See if there's anything I can do. Let me see. Can anybody hear me? Shamori, if you can hear me, um, can can you text in the comments? Anybody on the comments? I don't know if I'm coming through. It's crazy. I'm trying to see if I can get if I can get this. Anybody getting audio? Leah, thank you so much for joining. And anybody else, can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure. All right, you can now. I don't know, for some reason, for some reason, Mercedes, I'm trying to bring you up here, and it's not working out. For I don't know. I'm getting an option to get everybody else to invite them on camera, but for some reason I don't see you on there. Um, let's see. This usually works. Have the link for everyone else. I don't know. Let's see. It's not giving us the option. Okay. What I'm gonna have to do is try to get this. Yes, and I am on my phone. I tried to test a live to see if I can do the same bring a friend option um, on my computer, but for some reason it's not letting me do it. I don't know why. Because I was able to do the same thing where I was able to invite somebody for the rest of the people that are watching the live broadcast to actually hear them talk and actually see them and stuff. But for some reason, um, let me see. Yeah, it worked, but I don't know what's happening now. Maybe because maybe it is because she's on her computer. It could be an issue, but I don't know. It's the second time I'm doing this. Maybe being on your phone might help. I don't know. Hey Joy, hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Um, the family's good. Thank you for asking. We're just here, and just thanking God for 2018 and just seeing another year. Um, Still trying to work on this thing here. Mercedes, is it possible you can get on your phone, because it's supposed to be where I can add you on the broadcast. Let me see. And all right. So while she's working on that, um, let me just deal with some other business here for today's broadcast. I mean, what we wanted to really discuss was, I should say, is the it's a new year. Everybody has all the excitement running and rushing and stuff like that. And anxious about new resolutions. I can't bring the word out. New resolutions, new prospects, things like that. All these new things, all this excitement over, starting anew, starting fresh, and things like that. And one of the major things is that, when you reach to this point and you start a new year, and everybody's so gung ho and everybody's so amped about doing new things and becoming a better person and making more money and working towards their goals and dreams and things like that. And one of the things that you know is more important is to come up with a plan. And so my yeah, wait, what happened there? All right, let's see. All right, I think she is on. So without further ado, I'll jump back into what I was saying later. But for right now, I present to you Mercedes. I can. Why am I doing it? I can't talk today. That's how you know this is live. So I'm gonna let her jump on right now because she doesn't have much time. So just bear with us. I'm gonna have her talk a little bit about her experience, starting an online business mindset, and marketing in general. Wait, what does that say? Yeah, Mercedes, the invite is going through. I don't know. Okay, usually this works. Hang on, guys. Just bear with me. Um, through these technical difficulties, but bless God anyhow. I don't know if yes, it should be working. Okay, Mercedes, if you can hear me, I sent the invite. It was loading for a second and it did not answer. I don't know. I don't see. Can you? Yeah, I know it. I know it disappeared. I don't know what happened. Send a request again, and I'll try adding you. Send it one more time because it looked like it was going through, but for a second. Wait, you need the emoji? Oh gosh. Okay. Um, let's see. Yeah, try to send it again, and we'll see. We'll see. What we can do. Yeah, get my angle right. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for bearing with me. Um, we tried our best to get this done before we started the broadcast, so Um, but unforeseen things happen, so you know. Let's see. All right, Mercedes, did you send the invite yet or no? Or not yet? Let me know. All right. But yeah, I get that. So, do you think Mercedes? Do you think we'll still be able to do it or no? Let me know. All right. She says she got a call. All right. So what we're gonna have to do is just try to I guess keep working on it, but she has to take a second. You know, business doesn't stop. Um, you know, going on. So um, like I would say, even if we don't get to do the interview today, for you guys, I'll definitely have that up for you. Oh, she said she'll just need a few. So, all right. So I'll just, whenever the invite comes through again, and I can get her up here, then we'll kind of segue into that. So like I was saying, a lot of people set a lot of goals, for the new year, and just trying to get their life into a better state, trying to understand, what they need to do to get to the next level. And a lot of, there are a lot of different things. You try to lose weight, try to, make more money, be more successful, get a better job, whatever else, but no matter what it is that you want to start, you got to start. And the key to, you know, getting to where you need to be, you want to be, is remaining consistent. Consistency is key. Anybody that has done or achieved anything will tell you that it's not just about, um, you know, just wanting to do something. You have to be consistent. You have to be, motivated to accomplish what you want to do, and not just motivated, but, proactive in doing things. And that's where the mindset comes in. And having the mindset is really the key thing. I mean, you can have product knowledge, you can have service knowledge, you can have whatever, knowledge you want to, attribute to this. You can know all you need to know about the thing that you want to start doing, but if you don't do anything, it doesn't mean anything. So, I mean, it just comes down to what you got going on up here will determine whether you stick with your goal or not. And, one of the things about your mindset that, we need to remember is that no matter what you go through, no matter what little things happen, it doesn't you don't have to get thrown off of your track. I mean, it's so easy to let it, because something doesn't go right. Um, you know, People don't show up. I know, in the businesses I've been in and fortunate to be a part of, a big part of it is getting in front of new people and getting new people to hear your opportunity, see your opportunity, and things like that, and whatever it is you're doing in business. But if somebody doesn't show up, people don't. People are people at the end of the day. If they don't show up, they don't buy. Yet they don't, they don't call. They don't, whatever it is. You can't let that stop you. Even losing weight. A big thing for me, and this is just being 100 real talk, that trying to lose weight is a very difficult thing, especially if you've not been thin all of your life. I mean, there's struggles that go all the way down to the emotional that, you don't necessarily think of, when you first make up your mind to do it. And even in the process of trying to lose weight, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen. I mean, old habits want to come back. I mean, I was watching a video on YouTube that literally talks about the fact that there are things inside of your system, inside your body, that will actually, because of chemicals and whatever it is, your body will crave certain things. But that's the way God designed it. That if you're lacking something, or if there's a need for something, your body will crave it. And if you teach your body what to put in it, what to want. So, like me, I love donuts. I love sweets. I have a big sweet tooth. So every so often I gotta. Even this morning, I'm just real talk. Even this morning, just going to handle some business, walking into a 7-Eleven, and I wanted a donut. I just did. I just wanted a donut, and I don't know. It took a little bit for me to kind of process that, because I was just like, I'm going about my day. I have so much to do, but you know, I just want a little snack, and you know, succumbing to that is so easy, but it's not necessarily succumbing to wanting a donut. It's not necessarily succumbing to getting the food you want to eat. It's when it comes to losing weight, it's as much mental as it is physical. You know, if you do have, an oops, as people call it, I have that donut, but then worse than that, I have the donut and then I feel absolutely horrible about it. That is the worst thing that could ever happen, or you allow happen, because of the fact that the negativity that follows with you feeling so horrible about cheating or falling away from your diet, it just causes so much reaction. Like, chemically speaking, you start to you start to feel it in your body. Like you feel emotionally bad, but then again your body starts craving it, and then you succumb to it, and the whole your mind is thrown off. You're just like, and your body ends up storing all the fat that's in it. That and it's even more so when your body's under stress, it goes into survival mode, and it starts going into survival mode. And what happens in survival mode when your body goes into that? It starts to store fat, and when you get to that point, you know it's bad all the way around. So don't make the situation worse. Even nutritionists will tell you, even people, these health and fitness gurus, they will tell you, if you end up having a chocolate bar, if you end up having a donut, in my case, enjoy it, feel good about it. But the thing to remember after you choose to enjoy that moment is not making it a habit. And see, that's why I don't like diets. I hate the word diet with a passion, because it implies something that's not true. It implies something that's not real. A diet is you trying to, you come off of something, you stop doing something that for a long time was natural for you, and then after the diet's over, after everything is done, you go ahead and you try to live a normal life. Okay, now that the diet's over, I can get back to eating the way I want to. I've lost 30 pounds. I can eat the way I want to now. No. What I believe in, what I subscribe to, even personally, is a lifestyle change. And when I say a lifestyle change, most people think of, you know, um, I don't know how to say it. Some people think of, okay, you go from pizza and burgers to celery sticks and water. It's not gonna work. I'm here to tell you from experience, it's not going to work because of the fact it's something too drastic. And even if you do it for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you're going to fall off. That is a guarantee that you're going to fall off that diet because it's not natural. It doesn't. It didn't happen. It didn't happen with progression. It just was. And then when you stop that, you're gonna put back on the weight because of the fact that it didn't become a part of your journey. And when you start a lifestyle change, it is a process. It is a journey. Like me, I'm not big on vegetables. I'm just not. So what you do is, the mindset that you have is you add small amounts and then you take those steps to keep making those choices every single day. And one of the major things, even and it translates even to business and marketing, and it translates to everything that you could possibly set a goal for. Is that whenever you fall off, like in business, when you work from home, the common misconception is that you okay, you don't have a boss. That's not true. Your boss, when you work from home, is you. So you have to have the discipline. You have to have that thing that you think about. You have to get back to work. You have to stay on task. You have to make sure that you're doing what, and when I say doing, I don't mean busy work, but I mean actively doing things that will move your business forward, that will move your marketing forward, that will move that will move you forward, because it is possible to be busy and to be unproductive at the very same time, and it translates to anything. You make little choices every single day. As a single father, not that most people think, or single parent, I should say. As a single parent, you think, okay, I can't start a business. I can't start. I don't know how to go to the gym to lose weight. I don't know how. I don't know where am I going to find the time. But you have to make little choices every single day to get to that point. And I mean, I brought up single parents, but even those of us who are married, like, okay, one of the things that me and my wife, we decided that, even though I'm working from home and I'm doing the online business thing and stuff like that, and making money from home, you know we have these parameters, these rules about when's work time, when's family time, when's together time, and all that kind of stuff. It's very easy to let work spill over into your family time. If you got kids, it's very easy to have that spill over. Um, and one of the things that we came up with is just that when she gets off of work in the evenings, I make up my mind that I am going to do what I can while she is at work. So when she does get home, when her and my daughter do get home, we make that time right after that, we spend that together. I mean, I'm here to tell you it doesn't always work that way, but at the same time, we do what we can. And even if work does have to spill off into, you know, a little bit after they get home, you get right on what you have to do. I have to get right on what I have to do, and then get to that family time, because you do have to learn how to balance. You do have to learn the discipline that it takes to work from home, and to work, and to still balance your family time, balance your self improvement time, balance your you time. Excuse me, because whether you work on a job or whether you work a 9 to 5 or you work from home or yourself, whatever it is, you have to find time for you, because if you don't take time for yourself to decompress, it can, affect the way that you go at anything and everything in your life. Because if you're too burnt out, you're too stressed out, you don't take that quality time for yourself, aside from family life and things like that, you will end up having problems, because you end up feeling like you're doing all these things, and it's there's no time for enjoyment. So take that time, but it takes discipline to have those boundaries set, so it can be done. You can be successful. There's so many people, and honestly, there's no excuse to not start something, to not improve on your income, because of the fact that you know there's so many people in so many different situations that are worse than yours and mine, and they are successful. And even I mean, I'm just dealing with the top three here. Losing weight, being more successful, and starting a business. And I mean, you know, you could pick any situation, and you have people that are in a worse off situation than you and me right now, listening and watching to this video, that are out there doing it. They're out there at the gym. They're out there working out. They're out there banging out their sets, banging out their reps, hitting the pavement, doing what they need to do. And you have people out there that are running businesses. I mean, my friend Mercedes, I won't delve too much into that. She'll tell you once we get that. But she has 3 kids, and having 3 kids, having that home life, and she's an excellent mother. I've known her for a long, long, long time, and she's one of the most motivated, one of the most driven people that I know. And she has found time to do all of those things. She still, has a great home life. She with her kids, and she still runs multiple ventures. She is real big on health, and real big on wellness, and real big, so that those are examples of things that could get in your way, but shouldn't get in your way. And the thing about getting anything done is how you get everything done. You know, I talked about consistency. When you start something you know, I'm also a marketer. One of the things that I know about marketing is you have to be on top of your schedule. You have to be consistently doing things, and every so often, whether it be weekly, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, you have to be putting out new things, and you have to constantly be tweaking. It can get stressful, but it's going to be worth it. I mean, you could come up with so many reasons why it may be time for you to just call it quits, because you've done this, you've done that, and it hasn't worked out for you, and it hasn't been what you expected it to. But if you don't be consistent, if you're not that if you're not motivated to accomplish your goal, you know, if you become unmotivated, you have to get to the place where you remember why you started doing what you're doing in the first place. Because there's going to come times when you feel like giving up. There's going to be times when you feel like quitting. There's going to be times when you have other people telling you that you should quit because of whatever reason. It's because there are people out there. I was talking to a good friend of mine. She's actually on the in the comments here, Benita. Thank you so much for this. But she was talking about people that, consistently, they underestimate what it is you're doing, and they don't speak positively about what you're trying to do, and they're always trying to say things to kind of dissuade you and make you sound like, oh, here they go again, there's this, and they're always talking about this, and they're always talking about that. There'll always be people there to tell you that you shouldn't do something, and most of the times it's because they're not doing it. When you talk about starting a business, whether online or offline, starting a business in general, you'll get people, and even I'm talking about friends and family. I mean, we love them to the moon and back, but you get friends and family, even close friends, that will literally, like, you do one thing. Let's say, I don't know, you're in car detailing. You'll have people even in your circle that, they'll go to other people. They'll go to other detailers, and they'll be quick to, give them whatever. They give them their business or whatever it is. But because you're the one, starting the business, they may or may not, they may not use your business. Why? Because they don't see you as that, and even with, you can even relate it to weight loss too, because everybody knows you for, you love Fridays, you love, Taco Bell. They know your habits, and they know that, the reality of you, actually sticking to your journey, your lifestyle change, or whatever it is. They're not looking for you there, because they're not thinking, oh yeah, you're actually going to be able to do it until you do it. And it's the same with, being in business, that people, the Bible says, the Bible talks about, you know being or not being a prophet in your own homeland. It's basically saying that, you know it's hard for the people that know you and love you to see you as something different. So, and I'm just speaking from personal experience. It's hard for people to see you being that motivational speaker. It's hard to see you, being that shredded, totally fit kind of individual, because it's so far different from what they're used to seeing you as. And that's something that you really have to contend with, and it's so important. And I mean, I know that this is not one of the first things I started with, but one of the main things is to where'd the invite go? One of the major things is to have God in the midst of your journey. So whether you decide to do or decide not to do today, He'll be able to help you. So, that's one of the main focuses that you keep, and you keep God in your life. So, real quick, we're trying the invite again to get Mercedes on here. So hopefully this works. So, guys, there's a whole lot that you could say that, we want to do, we have to do, that, we make up our minds that, with purpose and fiery will, that you're gonna get done. And, there's a certain way that you go about that. You put God first, in whatever it is you're doing. And you trust Him all the way through, beginning, middle, and end, of what you're doing. And then, I don't know. Let's see. Hang on, guys. Mercedes, I said I'm sending the invite again, and it's saying you're not responding. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if you were able to get on your phone, but the invite's inviting you again. But I guess you have to hit something for you to actually come up. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing it again. So look out for the invite. to be a part of the broadcast. Okay, that's another person going live. Shout out to Sister Katrika Sterling, or Sister Katrika Hamilton. Sorry, wonderful woman of God. Um, uh, Shout out to her and her family. I hope God continues to bless them. You said you're wrapping up the call now, Mercedes, or you're all right. So it didn't. Let's see. Let's try this again. Okay, I went to request to be in your broadcast. Allow viewers to send and request. Okay, yeah. So that's on, and I see her. Let's try to add that again. Alright. Okay, so I just sent the invite again, Mercedes. So I don't know what happens when you send an invite. I hope that you can get it. Yeah. But like I was saying, guys, and we're just buying time here so that Mercedes can get the invite. I'm hoping that it works. But yeah. You put God first in everything that you do, but more so, and not just, in the beginning of your journey, but, He is faithful and He is willing to help you through your journey if you ask Him. And that's the thing that I love about the Lord is that, He's a gentleman and He will only come, if you ask Him. Mercedes, it says that you're not responding to the invite, so I don't know what is happening. I'm sending the invite again. So, yeah. When you do, when you make up your mind to make a change, obviously you want it to stick. Obviously you want it to stay and become a regular part of your life. You want to lose weight. You want to keep the weight off. You want to start a business. You want the business to be successful and to thrive and to flourish. You want to, you want to reach people. You want to be effective. You want to be, you want to keep reaching people. You want your audience to grow. I don't know if I got that comment late, Mercedes, but I'm good. I'm relaxed. But, yeah, you want to be, I guess you want longevity, for lack of a better way of putting it across. You want that to stay and to be maintained, and it really, on top of having God involved in every aspect of the change you're trying to make, it has to be proactive. It has to be, daily. It has to be, progressive and consistent. I keep saying the word consistent because that's such a vital part of what it is. Any change that somebody tries to make in their lives, and there's a whole bunch of things that there's a whole bunch of things out there that does help, and as far as the literal life application of these three things that we're talking about, losing weight, starting a business, and working from home. And if most of you don't know, most of you that may be new to the podcast or broadcast, is that my blog page is basically geared towards these three things. Mercedes, the request was in there. Send the request again. and because I can't do it from this screen, send a request again, and I'll add you. So if you're ready, we can get that. Yes. So I'll be waiting. All right. Let's see. Yeah. I have to wait for that. All right. So while we wait for the request to come in again, yeah. So, you know, the page that the blog page that I started on Facebook, is geared towards these three things, and most of the content that's available on my blog page is about you know God's perspective on financial freedom, working from home, starting a business on or offline. There's so many opportunities that I have in the blog page that you get detailed information on, and honestly, and you don't. It does take money to make money. You do have to invest something. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars. It doesn't have to be $1,000. It doesn't even have to be $500. I know of opportunities that work, you know, that you can basically do for less than $200. I know of opportunities that you can start for free. You can start earning money for free. Um, as far as health and fitness and health and wellness, I am connected with people, even on my blog page and on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. I Okay, Mercedes, I see you're ready. Like I said, go ahead and send. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Hitting the add, hitting invite. Invite is. And there she is. Looking good
Hello.
always. What's going on, Mercedes?
I'm doing good. Super busy right now.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So ladies and
I
gentlemen,
I know we're I know we're
yeah,
on the phone.
yeah,
So I might get a phone call and it might disconnect us just so you know.
yeah. I appreciate that. So
Hey Candy.
we'll try to do as fast as possible. Thank you so much for joining, Candy. So guys, officially Mercedes Desire, she's the founder and CEO of Fanatic Pages. She is one of the most driven people, like I said before, that I know. She has a strong business mindset, and she is an excellent online marketer. I mean, I'm going to just let her take a few minutes while she has it, because she's very busy, and so we're trying to get as much that we can from right
Well,
now.
I'm not sure what exactly is it that you want me to speak on. Hi
Well,
Candy, I see you.
well, just kind of go into what motivated you to work for yourself and to get into I guess home based business, working from home, because I know that's one of the areas that you specialize in, on top of internet marketing. So what motivated you to work for yourself?
Well, because you want to be in control of how much money you make. You want a certain type of freedom that only you can create.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much that's why.
Right. And as a mom, what has it been like for you, managing working for yourself and having those beautiful babies, and still,
Um,
you know.
well, at first, it can be very stressful, but eventually, if you're determined, you'll find a way. You learn how to control time instead of letting time control you.
Yeah.
So I kind of go based on their own schedule. Like
Right.
I know they're in school at a certain time, so I make sure that I get things done at a certain time. And I
Right.
know they go to bed at a certain time, so I know, okay, I can do this once they're in bed.
Hmm.
So I maneuver it like that.
Hmm. So, what would you say? And over the years, we've talked about so many different things in business. We've been in several businesses together, and what would you say is the biggest thing that you look for in a new opportunity that you want to invest in? What do you look for?
A new opportunity?
Yeah, to make money or to, whatever it is. What do you
I don't think I'm.
what do you like?
What is it that
Okay,
you're trying to
you're
ask
you're
me, Nick?
you're looking. Okay, let's put it like this. You work with people that want to work from home through Fanatic Pages. Um, what should people be looking out for when they're taking a look at something that promises them the ability to work from home? Because there's a lot out there, but what makes
Right.
what should they avoid? What should they look out for as far as legitimacy in a work at home opportunity?
I would say consistency, and see what other people are talking about. You have the good and the bad. Everyone have their own opinion, of course. And if it didn't work out for them, it's like, oh, they're a scam or this and that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it is. It's
Exactly.
just that they had whatever experience they had, and that's how they felt. Because there's
Right.
a lot of companies that are legitimate, and it just doesn't work out for some people, you know?
Yeah.
And it can be because of whoever their leader was, they
Hmm.
weren't in that good themselves. So it's like you can't really lead someone when you're not, making it happen. And whoever that leader's leader is, it goes way up the
Right.
tree.
Exactly. Exactly. It filters down.
So,
Yeah. It filters down. So, it
but
even
look, if you're a leader, at the end of the day, you're gonna make it happen, regardless.
exactly.
Like if you believe in yourself, you have that passion, you get it right. A leader is a leader. They know how to make things happen. It
Yeah.
might take longer because they don't know, but they'll make it happen.
It's funny that you mentioned leadership. Just your opinion on this. Do you think leaders are born or made?
I would say born.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Why? Because
I would say born. There's a lot of leaders that don't know they're leaders, you
yeah.
know, and sometimes it takes someone from the outside to recognize it. And
Hmm.
depending on whoever recognizes it, they're willing to take that time and you know
Hmm.
get them going. Because when it's a leader, if they're in front of a good leader, you
Hmm.
just tell them, okay, this is what needs to get done, and they can kind of take off from there,
Right.
or show them, more or less.
Right.
But yeah, I think they're born. I don't think you can create leaders. That's already in them. You just have to bring it up out of them.
Right. I believe managers are made because you can make a good manager, but
Yeah.
you can't. I mean, you can learn to be a better leader, but I don't believe you can create. You can create a leader. Only God can do that.
Right.
Um, but I wanted to get into a little bit of mindset. How important do you? What is your view on, having the right mindset in business? Um, Talk a little bit about your mindset in business, real quick.
With me is self discipline.
Yeah.
You know what you want, and no one else can tell you otherwise. No
Hmm.
matter how crazy they tell you it sound, or because you can second guess yourself, like, damn, they're probably right. I'm tripping,
Yeah.
but you have to believe in yourself, and you have to have that discipline. Like discipline play a major part,
Hmm.
in being an entrepreneur. You have to have that discipline, because without that discipline, you can make as much money as you want, but you'll lose it just as fast.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. I subscribe to this. If you don't have the right mindset, you can make $1 billion. It will flow through your hands like sand because you don't have the stuff inside here to maintain and to keep it going. So it, you
And
know,
it goes back. It also goes back to commitment. You
mm-hmm,
know.
mm-hmm.
I mean, look. If you want to break it down, how I am, it's all about yourself.
Well, what do you mean
You
when you
know, as
say
a
that?
person,
What do you mean when you say
you
that?
have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to be your A1 first.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, like I know who I am, and you just feeling yourself all the time. And it's not that you're being, all into yourself, but it's just having that I love you, because you can't really do for other people if you don't have that love for yourself. How can you love someone else? You'll
That's
never
true.
fully love a person if
That's
you
true.
never fully love yourself or even understand yourself.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, for those watching that, want to start a business or want to start to, want to get to work from home, what are the two biggest things that you would recommend, or what would you say to someone like that that's, looking to get into a home-based business or looking to get an online business or whatever it is, they're looking to start something new to make them some money on the side, make it from home.
I would say to find the right people to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's on Facebook, you follow certain people, like I would like to be that person one day, type
Right.
thing. And you follow them. And if they're doing what you want to do, then you definitely want to follow them because you want to see what are they doing, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and how they're successful. And when you follow them, you learn, like, because you'll see the consistency in it. They didn't become where they are without consistency
Overnight,
because
yeah,
consistency play a big role.
yeah, and if you, it's one of the things that that I remember hearing when we were in Primerica, that if you want to achieve something, you find somebody that's done what that's doing what you want, and you follow them, you pattern after them. It's a vital principle. When you're starting anything, you want to have that. You want to have a mentor. Mentorship is so key in starting anything. Whether you want to lose weight or whether you want to, you know, be successful or make more money, you have to have mentorship in order to take you from where you are to where you want to be. You know, so
And you
yeah.
have like fear. A lot of people have fear.
Hmm.
So you have to learn how to be like courageous. Like just
Hmm.
go for it. Like who cares? What's
Exactly.
the worst case scenario? Okay, I'm right back where I'm at. But it's not like you can always say, okay, let's try it again. Like
Hmm.
trust me, I fell a lot of times and I lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
you
And
know,
yeah, exactly. I had
but it,
two.
it took me to go through those things to be as good as I am now and what I'm doing. You know,
Exactly.
I've never given up. Like from the beginning. It's been like what 11 years.
I
I
know.
was on the whole working from home. I want to work from home and make money. I just thought that it was just cool,
Hmm.
and I tried a lot of different things
Hmm.
and it didn't work out. Or, I made a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there.
Right.
But eventually I came across the right people,
Right.
that's why I say it plays a role. I came across the right people and that's
Hmm.
what kind of like really helped because
Hmm.
they were already like where I wanted to be. So it
Right.
was just a matter of seeing what they're doing.
And I know, I know you worked with a lot of big companies like Fortune 500 companies, um, doing web hosting, doing different marketing things with them, and just you know how do you manage going from just making a little bit of money here and there to being where you are today? Like, how do you manage the growth when you look at it?
How do I manage to grow? I just invest money into other things to grow more.
and see
you know.
Yeah, that's the goal is to not, and I posted a
You
picture
gotta
last week.
keep growing. You gotta keep going. Your especially goals. You know mines. I
Yeah.
want a mega mall, so I
Uh-huh.
gotta have that money right.
Exactly, exactly.
It's just like I want a jet at 2020, and when I first said that, that was like what 10 years ago.
uh-huh.
It was like, okay, I want a jet at 2020, but I didn't have no idea how I was gonna get to that jet. All I know, I'm going to get to that jet, you know.
Exactly. But
And
that's
it
the
just
key
kind of
thing.
go from there. Like, the universe works in your favor as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you don't lose. If that's what you really want and that's your purpose and your vision, it's gonna work out. Some
Yeah,
things don't come the way you want it to. Most of the time, it just come better. It'd be
exactly. But that's
more
how
than what
God
you even
works.
asked for.
And that's how God works. I mean, you might have a plan, the way you want things to
Right.
go, but that's not always how He'll work things out. But guarantee you, His way is going to be the best way because it's going to work out in so many different ways for you and so
Right.
much better for your life. When He does it, can't nobody do it better. And the goal setting, and is that's something that you keep in mind, is that that once you set a goal high enough so that you can be challenged and you can be stretched, but you don't want to be unrealistic, but you do also want to have something that makes you better as a person. Make stretches your limits to see, because you can't get better unless you know I remember when you first told me about having that jet. I don't know where she went to. Mercedes, she disappeared. I think a call came in. Um, I hope she'll be back in a few. Business don't stop. But I remember when she first started talking about about getting that jet, and I think we met in 2007. We worked together, and within a month of knowing her, she told me about her goals and aspirations to get a jet by the year 2020. And I didn't laugh. Most people laugh, but I didn't laugh because I saw the kind of mindset that she has, and I know that come 2020 she'll be she'll be having that jet. I mean, because when she first brought that to me, yeah, Mercedes, I kind of figured you got a call. She'll come back whenever, if whenever she gets done with the call. But I knew when she told me about her aspirations to get that and to achieve that goal, that you know there was no doubt that she would do it. And it's because she just does not know how to stop. She does not know how to quit. When she makes up her mind, and this is the one thing, it's one of the things that I really admire, really appreciate about Mercedes, is that she just quit is not in her vocabulary. When she makes up her mind to accomplish a goal, you might as well call it done because she's gonna get it. And that's the mindset we all have to have, because you know when you when you start doubting yourself, and you start doubting you achieving your goal, you hold it back, you weigh it down from happening. So you focus on doing what you have to do every single day to accomplish the goal, but you trust God for everything that you're putting forward to accomplish your goal. So with that kind of mindset, you will definitely hit your goal. I mean, you always have to, when you set a goal, you have to reassess once you've gone a little way into your journey to achieve it. You have to reset and to assess and see where you are as far as accomplishing the goal, but it doesn't mean you give up. And one of the things that she mentioned earlier about failure, how many times she failed, and I failed, and we all fail. But the thing that people have a misconception about failure across the board is that it's not supposed to happen, and it's not. It's simply not true. You know, when you think about it, you know, when you're infants, you how do you learn to walk? How do you learn to talk? How do you learn to do anything? You can't be great at anything if you don't fail at anything. You have to learn before you learn to get up. You do have to learn how to fall, and you don't learn how to fall unless you fall. And you know, I look at my daughter. It's just God has been using her to teach me so many things, to teach me so many things as a man, as a man of God, and as just as a person in general. You know that she's growing up so fast, and when she was learning to walk, one of the things that you're so concerned about as a parent is them getting hurt and them, whether it's physically or whether it's emotionally, however, you don't want them to feel pain, you don't want them to hurt, but, thinking about when she falls, that's how she learns to walk, that's how she learns to stand. So she'll get up and she'll try to get her balance, try to get herself together, and then she'll fall and she'll get up and she'll try to get her balance again, try to take a first step, and then she'll fall. But then after repeating that over and over and falling and getting up and falling and getting up, pretty soon, and it happened in no time, because and I get it, you know, it will, that happening over and over is what made her be able to walk now. What made her be able to get better at walking and get better at doing anything. Because I'll tell you a funny story. When we went to Florida, me and my wife and daughter, we went to Florida last year to visit family. One of our best friends, her daughter is a couple weeks older than my daughter, but the girls became fast friends, and our best friend's daughter, she's so motivated, and she just went on walking and talking and all the things that you expect for a baby that's pre-1 and stuff like that. And Serena, my daughter, my friend's daughter walking, trying to walk or crawling. She saw her doing those things, and immediately, when I tell you immediately, when I put her down on the ground, as soon as she hit the ground, she started trying to walk. She started trying to crawl. She started trying to do those things, and she didn't stop for like a solid week. When I tell you, every single time she hit the ground, she was practicing walking. She was practicing crawling. She didn't even know how to crawl yet, but she was trying to do it. And now, you want to talk about time. It's only been what 6 or 7 months, and within that, she's already walking on her own now. And that just taught me so much, is that when you talk about failure, it's not something that shouldn't be a part of your journey. Actually, it should be one of the major parts of your journey, because you only learn from failure. You truly learn from failure. You truly learn from making mistakes. But the key is recognizing the mistake, recognizing your failure, so you can assess and learn and grow and go on to success by that. So, one of the things that I'm really, really amped about is the fact that, how, far God has taken me in my journey and working from home, being a father. I'm just so excited, especially today. Today is my daughter's first birthday, and when I tell you, I'm so grateful to God, I'm so thankful to God for every little thing, every little blessing that he has given me and her, and just not just the motivation, but it goes a long way to teach me, and she has been what he's been using to teach me, how to become better. And at the end of the day, that's what the goal is across the board. It's about being a better you. So, you know, I thank God so much for what He's done, so far. And I mean, 2018 is gonna be, you know, record breaking to say the least. And I'm excited to see what God is gonna do. And I mean, at the end of the day, you really have to, you know, take the time to get not just get better, not just improve yourself, but take that time to be thankful to God to where He's brought you, and how far He's brought you from, and look at the journey that you've been on. You're there not because of what lies ahead of you, but what lies behind you. That's a quote from the Matrix that I love, that is so poignant, that you remember where God brought you from, so that you be thankful, that you be grateful, that He is faithful even when you're not, that He is going to be there for you, He is going to provide for you, He is going to be there for you even when you don't think He's there. So that is one of the main things that I can't stress enough. I mean, let me see. I don't know if Mercedes is going to be back. Let me see 1 second, guys. Let me see. It's real quick. All right, so like we always do, I'm not gonna, I've kept you guys for a while here. We've been over a little bit, but it's all for betterment. It's all for improvement. So I thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Before I leave, I just want to take care of some house rules. If you're new to the broadcast, I broadcast every week. I do my best to broadcast every week at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Um, I do these things every week for you guys. So I do want to thank everyone who has a hand in the production of this show, the people who suggest things, people that support. So if you're new, please continue to support. Make sure that you are getting notifications, so when I go live again, you guys are aware. So um, with um, with that, as usual, I know we talked about a lot, but I want to leave you guys with a financial tip. And it's something that I was reminded of this morning on my drive in, is that debt stacking. And one of the major things, especially after the Christmas season, is getting out of debt. And one of the things you do, is you want to assess everything that you have responsible for, and as far as your bills and things like that, things that you owe. And what you do is you take the smallest bill, whether it be your car payment, whether it be your store card for Macy's or whatever it is. You organize all of your bills, organize all of your financial responsibilities they pay for every single month, and you pay off the first one. You pay off the first one, the smallest one. You make that the first one. You make that the target account. You pay that off, and then you take the money that you have from paying off that first one. You take that money, and then you put it to pay off the next one in line. And you pay it off, you pay it off, you pay it off, you pay off the next one, and then you take the money that you're spending to pay those two bills. You put it together with the next one, the next set of payments, and you pay it off, and pretty soon what Dave Ramsey calls a debt snowball, and then you're able to use those funds to eliminate and wipe out your debt, because you can't have money to invest, you can't have money to save, you can't have anything if to say that you're building on in business, or building on to get to financial independence, if you don't have um, if you have too much debt. You want to be able to get to a point where your debt to income ratio is balanced, to where you have, well, you can be a little more, you can be a little off balance, but off balance in the sense of you have more coming in than you have going out. That is so key, that you have that in place, that you have more income coming in than you have going out. So, if you want to, if you know somebody, or you want to make some extra money, there are, like I was saying earlier, there are opportunities on my blog page. You can look up on Facebook, look up at Millionaire Insight, to go to my blog page. It's also on my wall. So I post a link to my blog page on my main Facebook wall. Also, check out the YouTube channel. The link will be on my Facebook wall, as well as in the blog page. So make sure you check those out. With I want to thank Mercedes for coming through and for talking to us about her experience. I'm eternally grateful for having her on the broadcast. So, if you want to find out more about her opportunities, what she has going on, she has her company is actually hiring right now. I do have posts on my blog page as well for Fanatic Pages, that she has work at home opportunities for agents that she's looking for. I also have stuff on my blog page that that's actively looking for new people right now. So if you're looking to make some extra money on the side, make sure that you check out the blog page, my blog page, and also Fanatic Pages, to check out for new opportunities. And if you're not looking for something right now, somebody else out there is. Somebody in your circle out there is. So make sure that you are sharing the content. Make sure that you share this video as well. With that said, guys, I love you guys for tuning in. I pray God will continue to bless your families and bless your lives and expand your borders in 2018, and that you will achieve all your goals and dreams, and that you will be fruitful and successful, and that you have the abundance that God needs you and wants you to have, to be a blessing unto others, so you can draw this to Him. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for everyone that's tuning in live right now. All of you guys, thank you for your comments, thank you for your support. Tune in next week. Don't miss next week. One of the things that we're going to be doing is going to be doing regular guest spots for people that are in business, that are in finance, that can help with answering your questions and things like that. We're going to be setting up a Q&A in the next few weeks, so please stay tuned. Share this video, like this video, and with those that that will need this. And I pray God that He will continue to cover you today as you're on the road. Shout out to upstate, in New York, and they're having a rough time with snow. So I pray God continue to watch them, and say a prayer for them, and for those that are without power and stuff like that, and going through snowy weather. So guys, thank you again so much for everybody that will watch this video. Thank you guys for all your support, and tune in next Friday. We got some good things coming for you. So until next time, live life, love God. See you when I see you.